everyone. So tonight I'm going to be doing a grilled cheesy buffalo chicken, but I'm not grilling because we don't have enough stuff to grill, so I'm actually going to be throwing these in the oven. I've got my oven preheated already at 350. So one of the tips I've found in just searching on changing from grilling to baking chicken is that you want your chicken to cook low and for a long time, because that'll help keep the moisture inside. I also saw something about you can wrap your chicken in parchment paper. No idea. Never heard of that. I'm not trying that tonight, but I don't know. Maybe you can try it. So, as you saw at the beginning of the video, you saw all of the ingredient lists that they say, and then my ingredients that I'll actually be using pretty close to the same thing. I think the only thing different is that I pulled out a couple slices of Monterey Jack with the jalapenos in it, so pepper jack cheese. And because I have 2 slices left over and I really need to use them, so I figure since I'm making these tonight, why not throw in a little extra cheese flavor. So to get started, this one is again a pretty easy recipe. It's pretty straightforward. You don't need a lot going on here. This could be a really easy dinner for you to throw together one night if you just happen to have chicken and Frank's Red Hot sauce or some kind of red hot sauce and some seasonings. So this one talks about that you want to preheat your grill. Obviously, again, I'm not grilling, I'm baking. So I'm at 350 right now. And the first thing we want to do is we want to butterfly our chicken. Now, this recipe calls for about a pound, pound and a half, I believe, of chicken. And that's for a serving of 4. My chicken breasts are pretty big, and I've got about 3 pounds worth of chicken here. So for us tonight, I'm only going to make, well, actually, I'm going to do all 4 chicken breasts because I'm going to use my leftovers tomorrow to do some buffalo chicken nachos. But I'm going to do the stuffed ones, basically as many as I can actually do with what I have. So that might only be 2, it might be 3. We're going to find out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just wash off my chicken breast real quick because, again, I pretty much do this to all of my meats. So I'm going to wash these off in cool water. I'm going to cut off a lot of just like the fatty pieces that I don't like because I'm picky. You don't have to do that. And then when we come back, we'll go ahead and butterfly everything and get the stuffing ready to go. Okay, so I have all of my little craziness all picked off of my chicken breast. They've been washed off, and I've cleaned my hands in between this. Always make sure that you're washing your hands and being very aware of where your raw chicken is touching. Salmonella, people. It's real. So you can see I'm still kind of just picking little pieces off. Again, it's just me. It's my crazy brain that goes, ew, that's gross. You don't want to eat that, even though it gets cooked down and it's fine. And I've never actually had an issue, but hey. All right, so we are going to butterfly this. So this means we are going to go through the chicken breast from here. You do not want to cut all the way through. You basically want to go about halfway down. And if you want to err on the side of safe, totally fine, and usually I do. So then I'll start really kind of cutting it down the middle. And then we have a butterflied chicken breast, if I can talk. So this is to just sprinkle one side of it with black pepper and then to put the cheese in. Again, people, always, always season your meat. Always. Not sure why we keep refusing to do this. So, because this one calls to be using celery salt in with the sauce that we're going to make here in a little bit, I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle both sides with celery salt, and then I'm going to sprinkle both sides with some pepper as well. So again, not a lot, but we want to make sure that that seasoning is on our meat directly. Okay, so we've got those seasoned. And now I'm going to actually take one of my slices of pepper jack. Let's see how many. Let's see, we've got 2 left. So perfect for myself and my husband. So because I have this butterflied, I'm just going to lay it on there straight because when I fold it back over, it's going to fold in on itself anyway. So now I'm going to take some of my shredded mozzarella. I'm going to take about half of this. Maybe a little less, we'll see. And you only want to really put it on one side because once you fold it over, you don't want to make a huge mess. as I'm making a huge mess. All right. So now I'm gonna just fold this back over. All right, so now it looks basically like my chicken breast before. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this over here. And then I'm going to continue doing this. I'm probably only gonna do one more stuffed, but I will still butterfly my other ones. I might just put something else in them, or I might just butterfly them just to have them butterflied and to season the inside and outside. But I'm gonna do at least the stuffed for one more, and then the other two I'm just gonna season up. You don't have to butterfly them, you can just season the top and bottom if you want. I want them to all cook the same, so that's why I'm going to butterfly all 4 of them, even if I don't stuff anything in 2 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back and we'll make the sauce. And then we'll be able to throw these in the oven, and that's it for this recipe. Okay, so we have all of our chicken breast butterflied. I was able to get cheese at least in all of them. So 2 of them have the pepper jack in there, and then all 4 of them have some of just the Monterey Jack that's shredded. So that's gonna be awesome. So it'll make my nachos even cheesier tomorrow when I use the leftover chicken. So now we are going to make the sauce. Now, the measurements that this recipe calls for are based upon if you're grilling. So if you're grilling your chicken breast, definitely follow the measurements here. And it's because when you have it on the grill, you obviously can't just soak it in the sauce. It's not cooking in the sauce, you're basting while you're grilling. So with this, I'm actually going to probably at least double it for now. I might even triple it depending on what it looks like. I want all of my chicken to really soak in the flavor of the Frank's Red Hot, and I think that I just need to up the measurements here. So I'm gonna kind of eyeball this a little bit, but if you're grilling or if you don't feel comfortable with eyeballing things, definitely just follow the instructions here. So this one calls for a teaspoon of butter that you wanna melt, and then you're going to combine that butter with a 1/4 cup of Frank's and then a 1/4 teaspoon of celery salt. So basically what I'm looking at is I'm probably gonna at least triple this because I want to make sure that I have plenty of sauce to put on top of my chicken breast, that it will cook in that sauce, and it will all soak it in. I'm not throwing these on a grill where the sauce will just fall down. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take about a tablespoon, 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon, so hence why I'm tripling it. I just learned what a tablespoon is on a stick of butter. I'll tell you one thing, the sticks of butter are lifesavers when it comes to like baking or knowing exactly how much you need without having to waste a measuring cup. I actually keep always a stick of butter in my butter tray out here at room temp because then it makes it a lot easier for me to melt things down or to spread it on toast. Yes, it's safe. I've already looked it up. I used to always keep all of my butter in the fridge, but now I always keep at least 1 stick out. So we're gonna throw this in the microwave just for a few seconds, and then we'll go ahead and get sauce mixed. Okay, so we have our butter melted. I only stuck it in the microwave for about 10 seconds, and it already melted that whole tablespoon down, so just kind of keep that in mind. You don't have to put butter in the microwave for a very long time. So because this recipe called for a 1/4 cup, I am actually going to use 3/4 cup because again, I'm tripling this recipe. So I'm not even going to bother going through the little tiny pour spout. There's a 1/4, half. Yeah, I think this will be probably a really good amount to actually go over here in baking. Okay, and then it says to do about a 1/4 teaspoon of celery salt. I'm just going to kind of eyeball some. I'm just going to basically, sure, why not? We'll go with that because our chicken breast is already salted and peppered. Our Frank's Red Hot is red hot and already kind of flavored. I'm just going to use my knife that I grabbed that butter with. And we're just going to give that a quick stir. You can use a fork, you can use a whisk, whatever works. I'm just trying to not do so many dishes tonight, so use what I've already used. Woo! Yep, smells like buffalo sauce. Okay, so we're gonna pull this over, and I'm gonna take the sauce and I'm gonna just drizzle it over all of my breasts. Yeah. All right, so note, tripling the recipe is pretty much perfect for baking these. I'm able to cover the tops of them. It's going down to the bottom. I think we'll get a really good amount of flavor in here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these in the oven. I'm going to leave them uncovered, I think, this time, just because this is the first time I'm trying this. If you want to cover it with aluminum foil to actually keep all the moisture inside a little bit more, then you totally can. Again, if you're just grilling, you don't have to worry about that anyway. I'm going to just go ahead and throw them in the oven uncovered, and I'm going to throw them in there for at least 20 minutes. And at 20 minutes, I'll go ahead and check. And then from there, I'll be able to kind of gauge if I need to go another 5 minutes, another 10 minutes. Are they perfect? Are we good? And then we'll go from there. And then this is our meal tonight. And I'm just going to throw probably some baked potatoes in the microwave, or I'll do some of my steamer veggies that I have in my freezer. And then it's a perfect meal for tonight. So this is a super easy one. You can definitely do this, especially if you've just randomly noticed, hey, I have some chicken and Frank's Red Hot. I mean, I guess I could do just regular buffalo chicken. You got some cheese, do some stuffed chicken breasts. Be fancy. Why not? So again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Any suggested recipes, I'm still taking suggestions. So all I'm going to do with the leftovers is I'm going to take my chicken, I'm going to shred it all up, I'm going to throw it on top of some nacho chips, throw some extra cheese on there, throw them in the oven, because then your chips don't get soggy, nothing else gets soggy, everything just gets nice and crisp up in the oven. I'll let it sit in the oven for a while, and I'll let you guys know exactly what I do with that too. But we won't do a video on that because that's a leftovers recipe, so it's super, super easy. But yeah, I'll let you guys know about that one as soon as I post this video. So have a great night. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and until next time.